Racing has driven his Ford to 14th fastest, 50.08. Ty Dillon's still on the hot seat, still sitting among the top 12, but we still have the 10 fastest drivers yet to go. Michael McDowell drove his Chevrolet to a lap of 50.52, 23rd fastest. And this will bring Kyle Larson onto the speedway for his 5th appearance at Talladega.
You know, every time we see this kid in a car on the track, anywhere, we always say, just the week. Just the week he's going to get it done. He's been saying that for about a year now.
Well, his teammate, Jamie McMurray, was fastest in opening practice.
Well, but they're really good here this weekend, so this could be the week.
Yeah, I agree. And I'll say it again, even though they might not qualify well, I think he will really show us something. He's so talented,
yeah.
and he's such a quick learner that he's going to be a big factor in this race, I believe, tomorrow.
But you need to be within 4/10 of the fastest speed to advance to the next round, and Larson will not. 19th for his Chip Ganassi Chevrolet, 50.35. Joey Logano, the Connecticut driver in Roger Penske's Ford. 1 pole and 9 appearances this season.
Yeah, anxious to see what Joey Logano does here. We've seen some Fords put some good speed up there on the chart, as well as his teammate. Brad's up there in 5th position right now.
Yeah, Stenhouse 2nd, Brad is 5th. So, yeah, they've shown a little speed today. See what we can get out of this 22 car.
Now, surprisingly, Logano has never qualified better than 10th at Talladega.
Really?
Yeah.
And from the looks of it, it might not improve here today.
Not going to change today.
Now, he did win here last fall.
Yeah, he did.
Now, if he does end up there, he's going to make it a lot of fun for us to watch him 3 wide up in the middle of the pack and making some big bold moves when they drop the green flag.
Well, as we get to these faster and faster cars in the lineup, maybe the track has slowed down with this bit of sunshine. 50.29 for Logano puts him right in the midst of 5 Fords, but he is 18th.
My friend, I don't know if you've ever done a race from up here watching these guys. You'll be out of your mind.
I did an Xfinity race up here, and I was out of breath. I realized, though, I had the best seat.
Oh, my gosh.
It's crazy what these drivers do out there. Now, you see this flag. This is interesting. We talked about the conditions, and is the track slowing down? I don't remember the flags blowing quite like that when this qualifying session started.
You know, guys, there's always a lot of variables in qualifying. Most tracks we go to from round 1 to round 2. Obviously, laps on the tires. I think actually laps on the tires here helps the rolling resistance. But the crew chiefs cannot make any adjustments in the rear of the car. They can't adjust wedge. They can't adjust the track bar because NASCAR knows that would adjust the height of the car and get that spoiler. But one thing that I know goes on, and I saw it in Xfinity Series qualifying, it's a little bit of a chess match. You know you have to have a fast race car to do this, but we saw a lot of teams in Xfinity Series in round 1 not be blocked up solid. They wanted to see how warm the engine was going to be as far as tape on the nose. The more tape you put on that opening, the faster it goes. And we saw a lot of teams add tape from round 1 to round 2 in Xfinity Series qualifying.
Well, Casey Mears in the Geico Chevrolet times in 17th, 50.19. Brings Kevin Harvick onto the racetrack. The Paulson we hear in 2005 when he drove for Richard Childress, who now races for Stuart Haas. And remember, the 3rd driver to go out, Jimmy Johnson, would that early draw, or based on his practice speeds, help him? He's currently 8th. He's holding in the top 12.
I think it's interesting to watch the different lines that drivers determine they're going to take. Just even coming to get the green. You know, you come high, 3 and 4, you get up that momentum. You try to use the trowel with the banking in the trowel to kind of get a run down the hill a little bit. Pick up a little wee bit of extra speed, not much, but a little bit.
Yeah, and your eyes are just glued to your dash and watching the tachometer, and you're just hoping for the least amount of drag down in the corners, and you want to see that RPM rise up as it comes off the corner down the straightaway.
Harvick does not have the speed to advance. He needs to be within 34 hundredths of a second of Austin Dillon's quick time. And Harvick is 26th at a 50.45.
Use the brake like coming in, somebody sneezes.
So we've got some surprises here as we get down to this final handful of drivers. 6 to go.
That's not cool.
Counting Harvick. So Trevor Bayne, 5th fastest in the combined times of the 2 practices yesterday in his Roush Fenway Ford.
Mike, these cars are air sensitive and they're ambient temperature sensitive too.
Trevor Bayne's
check
gonna
to see if the track
get a
temp or
top
the
12
ambient
here.
temperature has gone up, because several cars here
Something else
recently
is
have really
second
gone a lot
right now.
slower than we thought they
than
would.
we anticipated. Yeah, and I thought it was really interesting what Larry McReynolds brought up about
Here's
the amount
Biffle's
of tape,
14.
because that's risky. If you don't run enough tape, you might not even advance to that second round if you leave too much opening. But if you can advance by not running it solid, it is going to give you an advantage in that second
I
round.
remember he's about to run
The
out, I
Knoxville,
think.
Tennessee driver.
And then Travis
Winner of the Daytona 500 in his rookie season, qualified 4th here in
Mm-hmm.
July.
Did
it
right on the boat.
49.98 by 1.5 hundredths of a second. Trevor Bayne knocks Ty Dillon out of the top dozen.
And I don't want to be the spoiler and give some bad news here, but unfortunately we got 3 cars still left, and the 24 car Chase Elliott is one of them.
You think he'll be fast, Jeff?
I think he might be pretty good.
So Ty Dillon can take the rest of the afternoon off until the Xfinity race, that is. He's in that one. And here is Danica Patrick. You saw the Tooth Fairy on the flag stand for the opening of this qualifying session. That's related to her sponsorship on her Stuart Haas Chevrolet. She's a good qualifier here in Talladega.
And keep an eye on this car. She was fast in both practices. Set on the pole, 3 years ago at Daytona, losing a little speed down the back straightaway.
Yeah, they qualified real well in Daytona, so I'm not really surprised that they don't have a lot of speed here in Talladega, but I'll be surprised if they don't have the speed.
Yeah, you need to see it.
Flag drops in the race.
In that red box, you need to see a 3 just to the right of the decimal point to advance.
Ran well in the draft yesterday with other cars, but don't have the single car speed today. It's going to take to advance.
Started 7th here in 2014. Danica is 33rd with a 50.67.
Even
34th.
That's still, I thought she would run faster than that, and I thought Harvick would be a little quicker. I think the conditions have possibly changed and slowed these cars down a bit.
So, Jeff, to your question about weather, it is much warmer. 19 degrees ambient, 22 degrees track temp.
Yeah, I think just the track temps come up just a little bit. Ambient doesn't seem to have come up really much at all, but it's the wind, I think, that affects things just as much as any of that.
Yeah, I completely misread it. Bad
I'm not good at math, so I was going to say, wow.
Go ahead.
I'll be honest, I was giving you the benefit of the doubt thinking that our graphic was off.
No, that's what happens when we don't preview these things. It's live TV, folks. Kurt Busch.
But you
will
get
be
the
our
idea.
3rd to last qualifier.
I think we're going to find out if the track, I know I keep saying this, but we're going to find out what kind of conditions the track is in, over these next couple of runs, because of the cars that are still left to go.
Another car.
Apparently that 24 car.
No, 50.
17th.
17th.
Yes.
Trevor Bayne holds on to that 12th spot with the 2 fastest drivers in the first round of practice left to go.
This is a real test right here for this guy.
Yeah, for this team, I mean, they have been on the front row of the pole in so many of these races, but it's a 4 in a row.
Yeah.
And I think if you go back even further than that, very, very impressive qualifying. I think there was one maybe rain out that this car was not on the pole in front row.
They've had 6 in the last 8.
So he's the Daytona 500 pole sitter. His dad ran the fastest qualifying lap in all of NASCAR history here.
2012.
Look at this thing creeping
2012, really?
Into turn 3.
Well, the track hasn't slowed down, has it?
No, it hasn't. Not for them.
This car hadn't either.
In fact, Bill Elliott set that record on this date 29 years ago.
Looks like Chase Elliott's
Holding on the second. Gonna look like it found where he's going to be.
Looking about Trevor Bayne.
Chase Elliott
Second.
transfers to the final round, second fastest, bumping Trevor Bayne.
Remember back to Daytona, he made it into the final 12, but then really turned it on in that last 12.
Yeah, he was one of the few
last
that actually
hours to go.
picked it up in round 2 versus some others.
On this date in history, as they say, world's fastest race car. That was the Coors Milling Thunderbird of Awesomeville from Dawsonville, Georgia. Chase's dad, Bill Elliott.
And that baby with thunder, too.
Yes.
Made up 2 laps here under the green.
That car is in the Henry Ford Museum in Dearborn, Michigan. You can visit it.
Jamie McMurray.
I wouldn't do that.
Jamie McMurray, fastest in opening practice yesterday in his Chip Ganassi Chevrolet, will be the final qualifier in round 1. Now, he started outside pole here back in fall of 2003. Based on practice speed, he should be able to bump Carl Edwards out of that final transfer spot.
Yeah, Carl's up 49.98. Let's see what he's got. It doesn't look good.
No.
Doesn't look good at all.
If you look at what his teammate Kyle Larson ran,
Not good.
Nope.
30th.
those two are
30th.
together.
Wow.
That they are. McMurray 30th with a 50.47.
Got the dirty
Josh
dozen.
Wise will be the one driver to go home from this 41-car field. And now, the fastest 12 will run for the pole.